Hello, welcome back to this mini-series on percentages, and this is the final episode in this mini-series, and today we're going to be looking at what's known as compound interest or compound inflation. So these are topics that actually come up in the GCSE syllabus, but they're also very relevant to real-world scenarios. So currently in the UK, inflation is about 10%, which means that compared to last year, the price of many goods has gone up by 10%. We also have, if you put your money into a bank or a savings account, it pays interest on that, so the value of your money goes up. So at the moment in the UK, some of the best interest rates you're going to get are around that 5% mark. The problem is, because inflation is going up, that actually means your value of your money is actually going to go down in real world terms. But in this example, we're going to actually calculate what the difference is. And we're going to assume that we are looking over a 3-year period. So let's say you put your money into a 3-year fixed rate bond or ISA. So every year you're going to get 5% extra to the value of money in that savings account. And let's assume that inflation will stay at 10% for the next 3 years as well, which I have to admit is unlikely, but I'm not an economist, but let's, for example, say it is. So let's say you had £10,000. So if inflation keeps going up by 10%, how much money in 3 years, this £10,000, let's say it could buy a number of goods, let's say it could buy 10,000 Mars bars. If inflation keeps going up, every year the price of the Mars bar is going to increase by 10%. So now you could buy 10,000 Mars bars, but with your how much money would you need in 3 years' time to buy that same quantity of Mars bars? So every year it's going to go up by 10%. So this is year 0. After 1 year, we are going to have 10% more in the pot. So, or you need 10% more. So it's going to go up by £1,000. So after 1 year, you're going to need £11,000 to buy your 10,000 Mars bars. After 2 years, what's going to happen is it's going to go up by another 10%. So after 2 years, you're going to need £12,100 to buy your 10,000 Mars bars. After 3 years, you're going to need another 10% more than this again. So we're going to be adding on to this another £1,210. So 1,000. So we're going to add on 13,200 is going to take that to £310. So after 3 years, you're going to need £13,310 to purchase your 10,000 Mars bars. Doing it this way, you can do it. It's a simple number if it's 10%, or if you've got a calculator, you can keep adding all these values up and finding the percentage change. However, it gets a little bit tedious, so there is a formula for doing this, which is the quantity, so we'll call that, or your new value, which we'll call A, and this pen is running out again. So let's see if the blue pen works. So we've got A is equal to the principal sum, which is called P. Then we're 1 plus the percentage times the number of years. So in this case, A is equal to 10,000 multiplied by 1 plus 10% to the power 3, and that is equal to, so the key for this is keeping your brackets sensible. So we've got the 10,000 multiplied in the bracket, so we've got 1 plus that 0.1% to the power 3, and the calculator is given this as 13,310, so we've got the same value. Now we can apply this exact formula to the interest rate. 1,000, 1 plus, this time it's going to be 5 over 100 to the 3. So when I've worked this out, what this comes to is 11,576 pounds and 25 pence, which you can see is significantly lower than the quantity that you need, or the amount of money you need to buy those 10,000 Mars bars. So if we find the difference between that, you would need to find from somewhere an extra £1,733.75 to purchase your 10,000 Mars bars. So this is the problem when you have high inflation and is higher than interest rates. It means that you're actually devaluing your own money. You have less value. You have less real-term money in the long term, and this is one of the reasons for the strikes and the nurses' pays, because inflation has been going up, and pay hasn't been going up by any sort of close to the percentage. So you actually have less purchasing power. So if you think about it as being able to buy a good, say your Mars bar, how many Mars bars could you buy several years ago for your amount of money you have then, or you're getting paid then, compared to the amount of money or the amount of Mars bars you can have now? So it's a very important thing to be able to understand this. If you're interested in where that compound interest formula comes from, this is where it starts. So if you had a amount and it's going to increase by a percentage, you take your amount X, and after a certain period, say a year, it's going to increase by 1 plus that percentage. So this has now become your amount after 1 year. So this is 1 year. After 2 years, you take this value and you multiply it by this. And as you can see, these two brackets are the same. So this is exactly the same as saying x to the percentage squared. After 3 years, you take this value and you multiply it by 1 plus the percentage, which is the same as x, then in brackets 1 plus the percentage cubed. So as you can see, for every year you do, you get your formula, which is your principal amount, which is your starting amount, which is x. You multiply it by 1 plus your percentage, and you raise that bracket to the number of years you have been through. There is a modification of this formula if you're getting paid multiple times per year, in which case you divide the percentage by the number of times per year you get paid it, and you multiply the power by that number. Anyway, I hope you found this series useful. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I look forward to seeing you in another maths series very soon.